Oh, good morning, guys and girls, YouTube and the world. Oh, we are waking up on a beautiful Monday morning, about to say Saturday morning, then it's Monday morning. I've sat in Wix's car park, happened to buying some panels. You need to know that, but this little video is called That Old Chestnut. I must have got myself a reputation of being that guy that would do it for a bit cheap. Not quite sure how and why. Maybe I've always sold myself out. But you go to quotes and you go to people's houses and you try and get them to at least pay you a decent wage. At the minute I've got this one customer that is pleased poverty. Not all the time, but there'll always be a thing of I can't really afford this or I can't really afford that. So you do what you can for a certain amount of money. And the neighbours just had 2 trees taken down. And they made an absolute pig's ear. Broke a load of stuff. I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fence panels that broke, 1 fence post. There's a concrete clothesline that snapped that. The concrete around it has been smashed. And just generally left crap everywhere. Like chip-ins, bits, rubbish everywhere. Now, I don't claim to be the tidiest person in the world, but if I'd left that garden in that state, I wouldn't sleep. So I've been asked to go in and give them a quote and to fix it all up. They moved the shed. There's lots of rubbish around the shed that needs digging out and all that lot. And apparently it's too expensive. It's just like, they're like, I don't want to pay that labour. Don't pay it. You just won't get me turning up. And the lady that I work for, she asked me to go around and speak to the neighbour. I'm just like, well, I don't see what that's going to do. And he lays it on thick. You know, I've had to borrow this to do that, and I had to borrow this to do that. And I'm just like, but why are you thinking about paying for it? Just go speak to the company. They should do it. Now the company that they had do the tree work has got a really bad reputation around Lincoln of being really aggressive and, one for a better word, cowboys is the easiest way of explaining it. Yeah, I'm not going to name names. There's no point, really. But anyway, I stood there with the neighbour, and he's like, the rubbish can come in my garden, so you can knock 70 quid off there, can't you? Yeah, fair enough. It's fine by me. And if I help you, we knock £100 off the bill. It's like, off your labour. I'm like, how does that work? He's like, well, I'm helping you, aren't I? So it's half the labour. Yeah, but I'm still there. I mean, I think Bren put one out the other day saying he's quite happy to work for less money in the winter. And, you know, just tick over, which is fine. I get that, and I do that myself. But when somebody's saying that if they help you, right, is it just me? Right? I mean, if he said to me, look, I can't really afford that, right? Can you knock me something off? I probably would have said to him, right, all right then, mate. If you get rid of the waste, that's X amount off already for you. And I drop my labour. If you're helping me, I drop my labour by 50. You know, because I've got 2 people working. It would cost me that for a labourer, right? But no, he was adamant that he wasn't going to pay me the whole labour because he's helping. And I just said, look, once you decide what you're going to do, this is what I'm going to charge you. It's up to you whether you want to go get another quote or not, and then we'll go from there, basically. I also said that I can charge you for individual prices if you want. I did this cheaper, the cheapest way possible, by telling you how much the materials are going to cost you, and then just doing a day rate rather than individually pricing it, which it would have cost you a lot more. So they're both pulling the heartstrings. I get a text asking what the outcome was from the conversation. So I told the lady. And about 3 days later, bear in mind she's pleading poverty, she said, how about you knock £50 off the bill and I'll give you that £50 on the side. Just, I mean, it's scratching your head. It's like when you go to a quote and you give them a fair price, or what you conceive as a fair price, and they just stand there and turn around and go, bloody hell, so-and-so down the road will do it for 50 quid. It's just like, yeah, let him get on with it. At the end of the day, because I can guarantee you now, like this lady said, I just want my normal gardening this week. I was just like, but it's not normal, is it? She's like, why is that? I was like, because I've not been here since May because you cancelled the thingy. So your grass is 3 times as long, 3 times as much grass to take away. And that's without me dealing with all the big chunks that this company has taken away. Oh, well, I'm only paying you what you normally charge me. And it's just like, my God. You know, the way I explained it to her was, well, let's put it this way. If you got somebody else, I can guarantee if they went over this, they'll still charge you twice as much, right? And like I'm trying to point out to you, if I don't stand there and clean all these chunks up first, and one spits out the side, and it hits your window, you're going to expect me to replace that window. And I can guarantee nobody else would, unless they're a decent company. But I know a lot of gardeners in Lincoln, or grass cutters, whatever you want to call them, and every single one of them said I won't replace the windows. So that pretty much says to me that nobody will replace the window. So when they turn around to you and say this guy down the road would do it for 50 quid, yeah, it's great, but I can guarantee if they're doing any damage, they're not going to replace it. And will they do a decent job? It's the problem. So yeah, I would like to know. There's lots of little things like that. I'd like to know what your classic one-liners from a customer are, bar from, oh, that's a bit expensive, or we knock anything off for cash. It's a cash price. It's always a cash price. Money's cash. You know, all ask through the books. If we're buying materials for our accounts, you have to show for it going back in. Otherwise it looks a bit weird, or a bit dodgy. You know, you've taken, say, 300 quid, or you paid for about 300 quid's worth of materials to do a fence, smallish fence, and then the thing goes back in the account. Someone's going to turn around and go, hang on a second, mate, where's all this going? What are you doing? Anyway, I hope everyone's good. I'm just having a whinge. It's the end of the year. We're on the last, well, I've done all, I think this one today is probably my last grass cut, I think. I'm trying to remember what I'm on with next week. I think I may have one more grass cut, I think, and then I'm all tied up for the year for that. I've got, today I've got a bit of it's not really a garden tidy, it won't be that bad. There'll be a load of leaves, I think, just to pick up. A couple of panels to replace and paint, and then another 4 to paint, just to brighten the area up. Some grass to cut, some leaves to blow, some shrubs to trim, some other bits to tidy up. I've got a tree to take down. It's not a very big one. Well, actually, it's bigger than what I normally like to take down, but it's a willow, and it's been taken down to the stump, and then a couple of years, about 4 years, I think it's been 3 or 4 years, new growths come on, but they're all like about yay big, so just whip them, they'll just drop, and then just take the trunk down. That's coming up. I'm going to do a review on, I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, a 2-season, or the end of the 2nd season review on my HRD. Bless her, she's been through the wars. Like I said, I got a Wish item, a blade sharpener from Wish item to try out. I have already tried it, but I don't think the drill I was using was powerful enough. So there's that. I've got 2 gates to build, so I may revisit the gate video. I've sorted out the garage, so it's a lot cleaner, looks a bit more presentable, and I've got a work table there that I can actually work off and make it look a bit better than doing it on the floor like I did the last time. Just burnt myself with coffee. So yeah, there's a few videos that I want to make and get out there. Oh, nice. It's not very often you see some talent at Wix or the DIY shop this early in the morning. That's for another day. I'm going, because otherwise I'm going to get myself into trouble. So yeah, there is a few videos that I want to do. I'm in the process of stripping down a Howard Bantam Rotavator. It's looking like I'm going to get a new engine, because I'm just in a position to, well, I'm not in a position, I'm in at that point where the parts, unless I can find them cheap enough for a donor engine, it's going to cost more to replace the parts on it that I need than it is to buy a cheap brand new engine. So I'm going to strip that down and have a look, see what it needs. I'll put it back together, and I may do a video on it and do it that way, because it's one of them things that it's so old that as soon as I touch the gas line, it's just so hard and brittle. It's like glass. As soon as you touch it, it just snaps. And just anything that's on it is fighting me at the minute. So like, what would be nice and easy to take a bolt out or anything like that, it's like so knackered. Well, I say it's knackered. It looks new. It doesn't look new. That's a lie. It looks in good condition. You know, apparently it was restored not that long ago, but it's been stood outside for 2 years. But I think I got sort of fast one. Really, I don't think it's been running for a while, or if it has, it's only run once or twice. Because the engine's inside, everything's pretty good, except the carburetor and the HT lead connection that was Bakelite that I've broken basically, like an idiot. I'm going to order a new HT lead and connection. I can't remember what you call it now. It basically just fits in the crankcase and holds it there for the coil. I'll get one of them, which is only about £8. See if the magneto works. If that works and creates spark, then I'll replace the rest of them. If that doesn't, I'll not bother, because the part that I need for that just on its own is about £40 just for that bit, and it's still not guaranteed to work. And what I'll do is I'll sell that spares and get another engine basically. But now I'm just waffling because I don't want to go to work. It's not that I don't want to go, it's just that I don't want to start. It's just one of them days, isn't it? It's Monday, that's what it is. I'll see you guys on the next one.